Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your monthly astrological reading for the month of September. This is for Aries. I hope you guys are doing really well. So first I'm going to go into your playing cards like I usually do, and then I'm going to go more into the more specific areas of your life, and I'm going to be using is it mythical creatures? No, beautiful creatures. That's it, the beautiful creatures deck. And I also pulled just a random angel answers card as well for you guys. So the first card to show up for you is the King of Hearts with the Two of Diamonds, with the Ten of Hearts, with the Six of Spades. So what this is telling me is, I feel for some of you guys, you may have a water sign person in your life. I think for some of you guys, this person could be your partner. If it's not your partner, it's somebody that is around you that cares about you. Because what I'm seeing here is that it's like there is some kind of joy surrounding this person and this person being in your life. So, and the card that shows up like underneath it is sort of representing family and happiness and joy within the family, and like a celebration within the family. So it could be definitely saying that there is going to be some kind of something is going to happen in this relationship. And I think that maybe for some of you guys, if this is a relationship, again, this might not even be like a water sign per se. It could be somebody that has sort of water sign energy as well. So like just being really caring, nurturing, like loving, that kind of thing. They might be a bit moody at times, but they just have like a really sort of kind nature to them. And so I feel like this person, it might be a person that maybe at one point you had to make a decision about. Maybe you had to make a decision as to, you know, whether you're going to stay with this person or whether there's a future there with this person. Or maybe you had to make a choice when it came to just um seeing how you feel. But then I'm also kind of seeing here that it could have been a situation as well where this person may have some connection with a money situation. Like either that person is having to budget their money more. So if you are in a couple, it could mean that maybe your partner has been going through some financial difficulties, or maybe they've had to budget or cut back a bit more their spending. But then what I'm kind of seeing here is that there's a lot of love going on here. So it could be saying that things are going to get financially better. So if you and your partner have been going through a difficult time, or it's just mainly being your partner, it's like something is going to move into a situation where it becomes better, like gradually. So whatever difficulties they were in, it's like September is going to be the month where things kind of moves forward a bit better for them. But what I'm seeing generally, even if I would like didn't want to look at this person as a and as an outside person in your life, if it was reflecting you, it could be saying maybe you're just more tuned in with your emotions and your feelings and being more emotionally mature, or maybe taking action in terms of the way that you feel. And so it could be saying that maybe that's sort of where you had to sort of weigh up whether that was the right thing to do or not, or maybe you had to make a choice or decision in that respect. But then what I'm seeing here is it still ends in there being sort of this happiness and joy within family and people around you, and then there's some kind of moving forward in that direction. So if there's been any kind of family conflicts or any issues within the family, it's saying that things are going to improve and they're going to get better. And I even see again some cause for celebrations taking place within a family setting as well. And it seems to be, I'm feeling like this is connecting to somebody that's in your life that is a water sign. That can be either a relative or your partner or somebody that you just really, you have a close relationship with. So yeah, those are your cards. Aries. So for those of you, like when it comes to your finances and your work and everything, you have the Nine of Waters. And what the Nine of Waters shows is that there is going to be some celebrations when it comes to your work and your career. And I totally love how this card looks with like the wine glass and everything and the grapes and stuff, because it's almost showing again like some kind of theme of a celebration or something taking place. So what this card is, it reflects is wishes coming true, your desires being fulfilled. It means that there's a cause of happiness, a feeling of abundance, and feeling very gratified within your accomplishments. And it, this card to me, even though it is the wish come true card, to me it always kind of feels like there had to be a process that came before this wish actually came about. So it had to be a case of you had to have put the work in, you had to have put the time in, but then something has come out of it that has been really good. So if for some of you guys, it could be a case of if you've been really wanting a raise, or you've been really wanting some kind of advancement in your career, or you've been really wanting a certain job, it could be coming through for you. If it's a case of, again, just looking at general finance, it could be saying that if you've been just hoping for your finances to improve and things like that, some avenues may open up for your finances to improve. So basically, this card is like, whenever it shows up, it kind of confirms that whatever you've been working towards, especially showing up in your finances and your work, is going to be something is going to come out of it in September that's going to be really good for you. And you're going to be really happy once it comes through. So I'm kind of seeing happiness sort of work, and then there's sort of this family connection with happiness and celebration too, showing up in your cards. Now this card is an interesting one because it is, in this deck, is a bit different to the traditional sort of tarot quartz cards. This court card represents sort of Taurus kind of energy, and Taurus is like an earth sign. I think the court card that this would be, it would be the Queen. It would be the Queen of Pentacles, I believe. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles this card would be. But what this card kind of shows me, the first time when I looked at it, like right away as soon as I put it down for you, is to me sort of representing maybe a need to not be stubborn. I feel like maybe some of you guys might be being a bit stubborn when it comes to a relationship. I almost feel like the way she got of arm cross, to some of you guys, you might be a bit demanding when it comes to a relationship, or what you expect of a relationship or expect of your partner. But then I'm kind of seeing that element of things. But what I'm also seeing with this card is I'm kind of feeling like, again, it could represent that there can be more harmony in a relationship as well. But maybe with this card, you just have to be a bit more flexible. Maybe that's what is sort of needed here. Instead of kind of having an idea of what your partner should be and just feeling like they should just be that, it's yeah, that's kind of what I'm sensing with this card. But then at the same time, I think where it kind of has that kind of Queen of Pentacles kind of energy, the Queen of Pentacles, to me, she really makes a nice kind of queen when it comes to relationships, because she's more she more needs that kind of sense of stability, the sense of feeling safe, and she can be quite motherly as well. And she more will take care of a person's needs more on a physical level. And when I mean physical, I don't just mean like sexual and stuff, but I mean she's good at providing people with the things that they need, more practical things. She shows her love and her affection in more of a practical way. So this might be the way that you and your partner are engaging with each other. Maybe again, there might be a money connection to this situation as well. It could mean that maybe, especially looking at them previous cards and looking at your work cards, things going well. Maybe for some of you guys, money situations might get better, which might help stabilize the relationship. Like maybe it's not going to be as stressful on the two of you as it has been in the past. Or maybe it's a case of you've just reached a point where you are, again, just thinking in a more practical way when it comes to love. And I think for you, that probably wouldn't be that difficult a thing to sort of approach love in that kind of way. But again, the only thing I'm feeling coming through this card is just be careful of like being very stubborn, and again, maybe wanting things your way and not being too pleased when sometimes things don't go exactly the way you want them to. Because I'm kind of feeling with this card that generally things in your relationship are going to be all good. It's just going to be for you to sort of be more flexible and more open to things that might be changing or things that might be happening concerning a relationship. So yeah. For those of you that are single, you had the Ten of Earths, which is an interesting card to get. because again, it's like this card is a really nice family card, and again, it kind of speaks of stability as well. So you got quite a few cards talking about family. So family is going to be very significant for you in September, because I'm feeling like there's going to be a lot of people around you. So it's either that you're going to be spending more time with family, or you're going to be socializing more, or just being around people that really love you and care about you. But I'm feeling like there's going to be groups of people around you, or you're going to celebrations where there's a lot of people. Um, so that's kind of what I'm seeing. Maybe even if you are single and if you were really looking for love, this could maybe even mean, especially with all these people showing up, it could mean that this could be a time where you can not only just be more social, but maybe be around, potential suitors as well. So it might not be necessarily the time when something becomes official, but it could be more the time when you could actually meet somebody that is quite interesting as well, and see where things go from there. But I'm kind of feeling like September could be a really social month for you guys, and you might have a lot of things going on, maybe events to go to, or maybe even work functions, or networking events. Like maybe just I'm just seeing groups of people, but I'm definitely seeing that your family, there's going to be this close association with family at this time also. And now I'm just saying this, and I don't think it's going to apply to everyone, because when I looked at these first cards that showed up, I'm feeling like these cards are good. But just to get into more specifics, just for me looking at this card and the way I feel, like when I look deeper into it, I almost feel that for some of you guys, there could be a sadness too connected with a family situation. Now, I don't feel this is going to be for everyone. Some people is going to be showing like families getting together and things is like sailing forward, like things are actually getting progressively better. But and maybe that could still be the case, but I'm also feeling that maybe some of you guys might actually be brought together as a family, maybe even in a bit more of a sad kind of event, or that could be taking place. So it could be showing up either way, but that's just sort of what I'm getting when I look at this card. But that's just sort of an additional message that I feel is just coming through. So yeah, and the reason why I'm also saying that too is the last card is the Three of Earths as well. So it kind of feels almost like there's two separate readings going on here. Like there seems to be one where there's this really positive stuff kind of going on with family situations, and going on with somebody that is potentially a partner or love interest, or somebody that just really cares about you. But then I'm kind of feeling like with the Three of Airs, it's still, and especially showing up as your spirit card, there's something that is almost causing you, that could be causing you a sense of sadness, or a feeling of disappointment, or a feeling of having your heart broken. And to me, again, it's not really to me showing up so much in a relationship. Like I feel like a relationship could be going okay. But on a spiritual level, maybe you're not, maybe even if things are going maybe well for you in some areas of life, there still might be a sense of disappointment that you're kind of feeling just within yourself. Maybe you're just not completely as satisfied with certain things that's going on, maybe as you should be. And so, or maybe all the details didn't exactly work out exactly the way you wanted them to, and so there's going to be some kind of sense of, oh well, this one thing didn't turn out the way I want it to. The only thing I would say is be very careful of, just picking at things to be disappointed in. Like try to think of the bigger picture, try to think of what is going right instead of what is going wrong, because I feel like for some of you guys that could be where you're coming from. It's not that things are really going terribly wrong, but it's just that you might be concentrating a bit more on those things than you should. On the other hand, I'm kind of feeling, especially when I looked at that card just now, and sort of feeling a little bit of a sense of sadness, and then having the Three of Airs again, it could even mean some kind of loss that makes you feel sad as well. So yeah, it's and especially showing up sort of as your spiritual card, to me it always reflects what you're really feeling internally, like within yourself. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe even for some of you guys, you might be feeling a sense of grief that you might not even be sharing with other people. It might be just something that you're just feeling and handling like on a really personal level. It could be a case of maybe you just feel like even if you are sharing it, maybe you don't feel like people like will really fully understand what you're experiencing or what you're going through. Um, but yeah, I would kind of say with this card, I mean, again, it depends on how it shows up for like everyone that is watching. Um, but if it's a case of having to do with a loss, then I would totally say, okay, you have to just go through the process. You have to go through those feelings and let all the feelings come out, and let all the, you have to give it time um to get through it. But then at the same time, if it's a case of just sort of picking at things that aren't going right, then I would kind of say, just try to sort of think more positively about that situation, about your situation, about your life in general, because there are some things to celebrate as well. So the card that decided to show up as your angel card, which is really interesting, is a year from now. And so, the first thing I think when I look at this card is that I think some of you guys could potentially, if again you're in a relationship, a stable relationship, you might even be considering getting married a year from now. You might be engaged a year from now. I'm really feeling like this is sort of speaking to somebody that is in a relationship. Or if you meet somebody this year, it could be a year from now, something is going to come up between the two of you guys. So it's kind of saying there's something really important in September that is sort of is the building blocks to something happening in the future. So something is coming through now, and then it's going to be like coming into full fruition next year. And it could be even September of next year, exactly like when it kind of comes through. But then I'm kind of feeling with this card is that even for some of you guys, you might be traveling with this world showing up here. You might be traveling to different destinations or making plans to travel for next year and stuff like that as well. Maybe you want to live in a different location next year. So it's sort of saying that maybe September is a really good time to plan, and really good, and you might be inspired to do certain things this month. Um, you know, that again in the future you will be able to put into practice and actually physically be able to do. So again, I would say, for any of you guys, this is a really great month to maybe map out any kind of future plans you want for yourself, because I'm kind of feeling with all the purple that is in this card, is like whatever you do now is going to be divinely guided. So it's a really good time to manifest something really good for yourself in the month of September. So peace and many blessings to you, Aries. I'll see you. Bye.